Hello, I am Val Pancakes, and joining me tonight on the stack, I have Basic Becca. In addition to being,
So
hi,
sorry.
no,
Hi.
you're fine. I sound like a whole intro.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Whoops.
you're cool. In addition to being the scrunchy queen, she's also the Chaotic Wrestling Women's Champ, and you've seen her with Chaotic Wrestling, Limitless Wrestling, and on Camp Leapfrog. Please welcome Basic Becca.
Hi, now I'll speak. Now it's my time.
This is
Thanks
all
so
your
much for
time.
having me on.
Thank you so much for agreeing, especially on kind of short notice, to like hang out with me and have a chat.
Sweet. I always see you like on Twitter, so it's cool to like actually talk to you.
See, that's how I feel about you. Like I see you on Twitter and on IWTV all the time, and it's like it's cool to actually like talk to somebody that I just view.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining me. Kind of get right, just dig right in. What was a young Becca like?
Honestly, I was pretty like deranged and like all over the place. Um, yeah, I did gymnastics when I was younger, and I just like really liked to like do flips, so I would just like do flips on like my couch and stuff and like climb trees, very active. Yeah, kind of all over the place.
So how did you go from gymnastics to wrestling? Like what was your first exposure to wrestling?
I didn't really start watching wrestling or like know what wrestling was until like pretty recently, like 2018. It's like growing up, I like knew kind of like I knew like John Cena and like The Rock and like I think I like probably watched it at like my neighbor's house or something, but I was just like I just like didn't get it. I like didn't click with me. I was just like just like a bunch of dudes like walking around. I don't know, I just like didn't get it. Just didn't click for me. Um and then in like 2018, like that summer, I like started watching wrestling with my sister's fiance who was like really into it, and yeah, I got like really into the women's wrestling, like Sasha, Bailey, Naomi, um just like all of the like storylines that were going on at the time. I got like really pulled into it. The like Sasha Bailey feud um was like a big part of that, and yeah, then it just like all kind of like clicked from there. I was like, this is like crazy. I want to like understand this and I want to like do it. So, yeah. From there um I did like sports in college. I was on like my water polo, like club water polo team. And I did like powerlifting as well at the school. And then when I started training, it was just like kind of kept like lifting and kept up with that. So yeah, that's kind of, I hadn't really done gymnastics for a while, so it didn't like really come into play too much. But I do think it helps with like body control stuff. So yeah, but that's kind of how it happened.
So so your who would you say is your wrestling inspiration? Would you say like Sasha and Bailey then?
Yeah, yeah, I'd say like Sasha's like, yeah, probably my favorite, but also Bailey, just like both of them. Yeah.
They had some, I mean, they continue to have like really good matches and have really good chemistry in the ring together.
Yeah.
So I can totally see where that would like get you into it.
Yeah, I think like also like not knowing anything about wrestling and just like watching it for the first time like as an adult, I guess. Like their storyline was like particularly compelling to me. Um yeah, cuz it was just so like dramatic And like, I don't know, it was very entertaining. So
I think it's interesting to talk 'cause, like, I'm old, so like I have memories of like the Attitude Era and even before that, and I love talking to people that have gotten into it more recently because you don't have that Attitude Era nostalgia that I think taints a lot of current wrestling fans. And I think that like people that get into it more recently are more receptive to some of the different things that they're doing now that they didn't do that, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
like I love when people like you are like, no, I got into it like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I've watched Attitude Era stuff, but it wasn't like what like got me into it, so it's definitely more of like a different vibe for me when I'm watching that. But
I
I
mean
do love it. Like I love like everything, so I watch.
a lot of
I
the
enjoy it all.
a lot of the Attitude Era stuff, particularly with the women's wrestling, did not age well,
Yeah.
to say the least.
There's like some like random cool stuff though. Like I'll be like watching and I'll be like, ah, like that was actually like, really cool. It sucks that they only got like 2 minutes, but that was cool.
Right. So, how did you decide where to train, and then what was your first bump like?
um, so I went to an open house um that I heard about on Facebook, and the school that I went to was like at the time I didn't have a car, and I was living in Boston, and it was very hard to get to the school. So I ended up training somewhere different. But I think I might not have even taken my first bump at the open house. I don't really remember. I don't remember my first bump. I remember learning how to bump. Um, and yeah, it was like painful. Um, yeah.
So, what are your future plans and dreams, and like what keeps you motivated in wrestling?
Um, I like I don't know. I There's like a lot of people I want to wrestle, and like a lot of matches that I want to have, and um I think like getting to the level of like wrestling people at like a higher level than me, and like that like definitely motivates me. And yeah, I just like want to do as much as I can. Um like I guess I like do have more concrete goals, but just in general, like I just want to like go as far as I can and like do as much as I can, and like I can't even say what like I'm gonna like do or be, because like honestly like I feel like every week I like learn something new about myself in the ring, and like, oh, I didn't know I wanted to do that, and like I do, or like I didn't know that this person existed and I really want to wrestle them, and like I don't know, like I feel like every week it's just like something new, so I just want to like keep going and keep pushing myself, and like who even knows, like just do as much as I can before my body just like disintegrates and I have to retire, I guess. I don't know.
How long have you been wrestling?
I started training like 2 years ago. Yeah.
So, what has been your greatest achievement in wrestling so far? It could be like a title or a specific match or opponent.
Um, I think like the chaotic women's title is like it's the title for women in New England. So that was a really big moment for me. Yeah, there's just like mind blowing. Um, I think also like my debut on for Limitless against AVN was something I was really proud of. I worked really hard and really like working with Davian is just amazing. So yeah, those are like my two favorite moments the past couple months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
DVN was actually my first interview here. So
That's great. I love Davian.
so what has been the greatest obstacle that you've overcome in wrestling?
Um Honestly, I think like mental blockers and like believing in yourself and like being okay with failure has been like really hard. I tend to be like really hard on myself, and that's like not necessarily productive. So I think like getting like being comfortable with like making mistakes and like learning from them um is probably like the biggest thing, but also like the most helpful thing. Yeah.
So what is your so we're to like a section where we like talk about your favorite things. So what is your favorite like either hype music or road music?
Oh my gosh. Hype music? Honestly, like anything. I really okay, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like Takashi 69, like I just get so hyped. Like I'm ready to catch a body. Like I'm ready to go. So that's like my ultimate hype music. Cause I don't think you can listen to his music and not like be ready to punch someone in the face. Like it's impossible. So that's like my ultimate hype music. On the road, I feel like I'll listen to anything. Like I'm not even usually like a big like country person, but if it's like a road trip, like throw it on. Like I'll jam. I'll jam to whatever. If like the vibe is good, like maybe something like a little groovy, like that's pretty fun. I guess yeah, I guess I'd probably put on something like something with like a beat. Yeah.
Do you make like a playlist? Like I would make a playlist.
I try to make playlists, but what happens is I'll like try to make a playlist, but then I'll just put all the music that I'm currently like listening to that's like stuck in my head in the playlist. And then I like listen to it every day for like a week and then I get sick of it and have to move on. So like playlists don't really work for me, but I like I listen to albums, yeah. Or I'll just like cue songs. I'm
So
wild like that.
so what have you been listening to lately? Any solid recommendations?
Honestly, I'm like, what have I even been listening to? Oh, honestly, throwback Yumi at 6. Been listening to them lately. Haven't listened to them since like high school, but they're making a comeback on my like rotation. Um, 6 9. I'm going through my Spotify right now. 6 9. I do have a playlist called Girls Just Want to Have Fun, but it only has like 10 songs on it. So I don't know. A lot of like um Madonna, really like Madonna, um, Dolly Parton, um, Scissor Sisters. I love Scissor Sisters. That's like if I want to dance, like I'm putting on some like Scissor Sisters, um, ABBA, of course. Love ABBA, Cyndi Lauper. That's the name of the playlist, of course. So yeah, that's actually probably my like road trip playlist.
that
Is
sounds like
like, yeah, girls just want to have fun.
that sounds like a good like party, like get ready,
Yeah,
like solid playlist.
it's like impossible not to like get like hyped and like smile. It's good. I guess it's like more upbeat than Yumi at 6, but you know.
Yeah. Variety is the spice of life.
Exactly.
So what is your favorite like road snacks?
Oh my god. Fairlife, like protein drinks, really good. Um, Honestly, like I do like Takis. Um, yeah. Cheez-Its. I really love fruit. Fresh fruit. Always a good choice.
What's your favorite fruit?
Oh my god, blueberries. Easy.
Huh.
Speaking of younger self, when I was younger, when I was like, like 8 or 9, I would eat blueberries to the point where I would like vomit.
That's
So,
so
and
many
nothing's
blueberries.
changed. I mean, I don't vomit anymore, but I do eat so many that I like feel like I should vomit. They're just so good. They're so good.
Just like straight, just out of the container blueberries. Like,
Yeah.
do you ever think fancy with them?
Yeah, I mean, I do like parfait, like put them in oatmeal. I know you have a question about pancakes, but like I do heavily mess with blueberry pancakes. I put them in yogurt, pretty much like anything. I like a blueberry smoothie. It's good. Yeah.
So, what is your favorite city to wrestle in? Either because of the vibe or the venue or whatever makes it your favorite.
So this is hard because I've only like really had like a real like show experience with the crowd in like 2 places, which was like Clinton, Massachusetts and Lowell, Massachusetts. Lowell was for chaotic and it was like yeah, it was like my chaotic debut and it was like there was a lot of people there. So it was very exciting. So I guess I'd say Lowell, but for like tapings, I really love the Limitless venue in Yarmouth. So I know it's like kind of like there's no fans there yet, but
Yeah, you're kind of
maybe.
like, do you feel like you've missed out because you've had such a significant portion of your wrestling career in pandemic land?
Like I do and I don't because I feel like I was given a lot of opportunities due to the pandemic that might not have happened otherwise. Like the road wouldn't if there wasn't a pandemic, the road wouldn't not have never have existed. Um and so like that was like a lot of exposure on IWTV for me. But I also like didn't get the chance to wrestle in front of a crowd for like, it's been over a year now. So I don't know. It's like I definitely feel like I've missed out on like the audience, but I've been like fortunate enough to have a lot of opportunities given to me over the past year. So yeah, I can't say I feel like I missed out too much. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's still plenty of time left, and eventually we'll
Yeah.
get back to having crowds at shows. So hopefully, people continue getting vaccines. And I like that there are some places that are doing like socially distanced and like safe shows with limited capacity. But hopefully, we can get back to sort of where we were last year before today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, who's been your favorite opponent?
Um I would say Davian. Yeah, Davian or Anthony Green. Both of them, I feel like I learned a lot from. Every time I've gotten to wrestle Davy, I just like, yeah, it's she's the best. I'm just obsessed with Davian. She's so cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. So who would be your dream tag team partner?
um, like all time or like
Yeah,
ooh,
like all time or like today, like in your current situation where you're at
Davian. I'm gonna say it. Can you imagine? Ugh,
now. Me
dream
too.
team. Dream team.
I would,
Unstoppable.
yeah, I would absolutely root for you guys.
Thank you.
Two of my absolute favorites. So, what is your favorite move to take, and what is your favorite move to give?
Um, my favorite move to take. Wow. None of them because they hurt.
Now I'm just going to count how many times I get the answer because I've asked that question twice and I've got an answer twice.
Like I like giving moves. And then winning.
You're a giver.
Yeah, there's my answer.
And what's your favorite move to give then? Like, what's your favorite move that you like doing? Like, that is like your move.
My spinning heel kick. Yeah.
And then what would be like a dream match of yours?
Oh, me and Sasha. 100%.
Fair. So I see that you have some scrunchies on currently. What would you say is your favorite scrunchie?
I don't know if I have like a favorite like an all-time favorite. I have like dependable ones. Like I have a giant like soft white one that I wear to bed because it's like really comfortable. Um and but that's not like my favorite to wear out. Like I have like one that's like designed for workouts. It's like a workout scrunchie and it like stays in really well. So I like that one for like working out and training. Um I like this one a lot just like for funsies cuz it's like pink and like shimmery and then I have like this green one that's like the same like kind of like thing but it's in green. So I like wearing like one of these in my hair and the other on my wrist because they kind of like match, but they're also like different colors. So I think that's fun. But yeah, I have like a lot. Um, just depends on like the, you know, I have like I do have one that's like pink and kind of like elasticy that is really fun. That like when I get to wear it, I get excited. Like when it goes with my outfit, I like get excited. So maybe that's my favorite. Yeah.
So do you like, do people give you scrunchies or do you just
No,
like
I tend to
personal on your own?
use them. I'm just giving them away to everyone. Join the scrunchie squad. No, I have received some, which has been really cool. Um, someone gave me one with my face on it, which
Awesome.
is, yeah, very fun. My like my parents got like really into it. I got a lot of scrunchies for like Christmas, which was great. Um, Free scrunchies, never turn those down. My parents are like Buckeye, like they're really big Ohio State fans. So I got like an Ohio State scrunchie. Um, so go Bucks. Um, yeah, I mostly just collect them myself and then disperse them to everyone, whether or not they want it. Like,
You're like the scrunchy Santa.
yeah.
So like how did you develop your character and person, your in-ring personality? Like
I
how did
mean,
the scrunchy thing come about?
so like the actual Scrunchy Squad like official title like happened at a show. Because like me and like Paris Van Dale and Armani Chaos and like a couple of like others had scrunchies, and we were like, oh, we'll be the Scrunchy Gang or Scrunchy Squad. And that's kind of like how that came about. But I was like, honestly, like how it came to be like me in the ring, it was more just like me getting like more and more comfortable just being myself in the ring. Um, because I already like like I own a lot of scrunch like that's like it's just who I am. So I think like the more comfortable I got just like being myself, the more just like it started to like happen in the ring. Yeah.
So what would you say, like what are your hobbies outside of wrestling?
um I love to work out, really into that. Like fitness, obviously like fashion, scrunchies. Um, I don't know if this is like a hobby, but I do really love TikTok. Like I will just like scroll for hours and like I try to do the dances. I don't like always post because
I was gonna say, do you have a
not a
TikTok?
dancer. Yes, I do. It's scrunchyfan97. It's the same as my like Twitter, Instagram. Um, yeah, I like wish I was good at dancing, but unfortunately, I like really can't. And like a lot of the TikTok dances are really hard. So kudos to anyone who can do them. Um, Other hobbies. I really like to hike. I have a cat. I really love to play with my cat. Um, and yeah, honestly, like I train a lot, so that takes up a lot of my time. Um, Training. I do. What else do I do? I like to read. Yeah, I like plant. I do have some plants. I have some succulents, and I like tried to grow tomatoes, but didn't like really work out. But I'm gonna try again. Um, because I like really love the idea of like growing my own food. Um, yeah. And I did grow some wildflowers, but they kind of got out of control. Um, they were like those like white ones that kind of like the pollen goes everywhere. So I like put like a bunch of the seed like I just like dumped a bunch of seeds in like a container. This is like during the pandemic. I like dumped a bunch of seeds in the container and I was like watering it and I was like, oh, it's growing, it's great. And then there was like so many that I was like, oh my God, and there's like pollen everywhere. So I had to like cut some of them and like it was bad. I was like sneezing a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I just like oh, I do like I like own a guitar. I like try to play, but I don't have a lot of free time, but I would love to. I was in like a band in high school and it was crazy. So I would like love to try to like get back into that at some point. So it was a lot of fun. But I played drums in the band. I didn't play guitar. But I like don't want to go back. I don't want to be a drummer again. Like it was just too much. It was crazy. Like drums are like so loud and they take up so much space. So I'm like, no, guitar, very manageable. Yeah.
What kind of band were you in? Like what kind of
Oh,
music did you guys play?
I was in like a hardcore punk band.
What?
Yeah.
Not what I expected
Yeah, I
from the
know.
Scrunchy Queen.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, we were like we were like all non-men. So we were often branded as like a girl band. But like our guitarist was non-binary, so we were kind of like, well, not quite. But yeah, it was like wild. It was fun. We
Well,
weren't very
like
good. We were terrible. Like we couldn't play music at all. But like
punk music
everybody
doesn't
else,
have to be good.
yeah, like I honestly could not tell you what any of the lyrics were because it was like screaming and like we wouldn't this was the thing is like we wouldn't really rehearse. We would just like show up to shows and then like play. So like the our like lead singer would just like go off. Like she would just do her thing and like sometimes like there was a couple times when like me and the guitarist would be like playing different songs. Like we had like a miscommunication about like which song we were playing because like me and them would like practice together but like not really the singer. And so like I would be like, okay, yeah, we're playing this song, and they would just like start playing a different one, and then it'd be like drumming and be like, this is the wrong song, and like change it up. But it was great. Like we played a lot of um like punk venues in Columbus. I think like a lot of them are shut down now, not because of the pandemic, but also just because like punk venues tend to get like shut down um kind of
Yeah.
quickly. But there was like
High turnover.
yeah. But there's like kind of a famous place in Columbus, Ohio called Legion of Doom, where like supposedly the Ramones like played a house show there and like at some point and then like stayed the night there. So it's been around for a long time. So we got to play there a couple of times. So that was like really cool actually. Some like punk history we got to be a part of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you, like so if you care to share and you can opt not to, but what was the name of your band and is there any music that we can find anywhere to see drummer Becca?
I don't know if there's music anywhere. I should try to find it because I'm sure it's hilarious to listen to now. Yeah, that was the thing. We distributed cassette tapes, but we only actually like recorded like digitally like a couple songs. So we had like a full set that we would play, but we didn't really have it like recorded. But the band was called PMS. And we would like do like a bit where like every time like we would play a show, we would like make up what it stood for. So it'd be like, yeah, we are pooping my shorts. Or like I don't remember like I don't even remember some of the other ones, but we would just like make stuff up every show and like PMS would stand for something different every time. Um it was fun. It was very fun.
That's awesome. So what like your travel for wrestling, do you have any like really good travel stories? And like if you need to like edit out people's names, you can certainly do that. We don't want to like incriminate anybody.
um Funny travel story. Okay, I mean like honestly, I have been like forced to travel with Love Dog a couple of times, and yeah, he's like exactly the same like in the car as he is on shows. So, as you can imagine, that's like always wild. Because he just like says crazy things, like I want to marry you, and like crazy stuff like that. So that's crazy. I saw one time, like, randomly saw Nick Stapp at like a rest stop in Maine after a show, and he was like taking a picture, I think, with like a giant moose. And I like tried to say hi, and he looked really uncomfortable, so I was like, oh, I'll just let him do his thing. And then like always stuck out in my head for some reason. I just thought it was really funny.
Now every time I see Nick Staff, I'm definitely gonna think of a moose.
Yeah, you should ask him about it. I always wondered what he thought, what was going on in his head. Travel stories. I mean, I always like think about like when I went down to this is like crazy to think about now, but like right at the beginning of the pandemic, I went to like the last WSU show, and like people weren't wearing masks yet, but like COVID was like real. So like things hadn't been shut down, but like I remember like sanitizing my hands like all the time and like trying not to touch things, but we weren't wearing masks. Like I don't know, I always think about that as like such a weird like moment in time, because like so quickly everything changed. And that was the first time I wrestled Davienne. And I got to like drive down with like her. And yeah, that was really fun. I haven't yeah, I feel like I've only really been to like Maine and like Pennsylvania for Camp Leapfrog, and New York, New Jersey. I haven't like gone really like crazy road trips yet, so stay tuned. I'm sure I'll have some crazy stories, but as of right now, I don't think I have anything too too wild. Yeah.
So was the moose like a fake moose or was it a real moose?
It was like a statue, like outside of a rest stop. It was fake.
Interesting.
I think he was taking a picture. I don't know. He was just standing over there. I was like, hi. And then he was like, oh. And I was like, oh no. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick Snap.
You outed him as a fan of moose.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
So upcoming shows, I know that you are busy.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, Double Vision is out Friday. Really, really excited for that show. Um, Saturday, Camp Leapfrog, and then you'll catch me, from time to time, Reloaded, Chaotic every Thursday, 8 p.m. Um, I will be making some appearances on the road Wednesdays, 7 p.m. on IWTV. Um, I have a match coming out on NEW Studio Wars. Yeah, so kind of scattered around stuff coming out.
And Double Vision, you have Ashley Box, correct?
Yes.
And Camp Leapfrog. Do you know what you are in for yet? Because I know they've been doing like a voting thing.
Yeah, right now it looks like the leading card has me with the runway, which would be super fun because I love Ty and Calvin. Um, and I think we would work really well together. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping that one is the one, but who knows what will happen.
I am a huge fan of the runway as well. I would love to see you three together. My card had you with Love Doug and the spoiler, so
Oh, that works too. Unfortunately, I do know Love Doug, in the ring, so they could work.
I I thought the spoiler would be a good like buffer.
Yeah. Put them between us. So, yeah.
So, what would you tell like a 10-year-old version of yourself? Like if you could go back and tell yourself, like give yourself advice.
Stop wearing gauchos and Crocs together. It's not a good look. Yeah, I would wear like this green, like it wasn't like a bucket hat, but it was like had like a weird rim. And then I would wear like a t-shirt that said like, like bossy or whatever. And then like brown gauchos, and then I had different colored Crocs that I would wear. Like I would wear like a blue Croc on one foot and a red Croc on the other, and I like thought that that was cool. And I just like look back and I'm just like horrified. I'm like, what? Like what is wrong with my mother that she was like, yeah, you can walk around in front of people like this? Like, oh my God. Um, yeah, horrifying fashion choices. Good thing I like discovered the internet and like since I was just crazy. Like I said, I was crazy as a child. I was like off doing my own thing. I didn't have a care in the world about what other people thought about me and my outfits, which was cool, but also like looking back I'm like, oh my God, why did I wear that hat? Like that hat should have been like burned. It's horrifying.
Like I don't know like how old you are, but like I said before, like I'm old. Like I'm very glad that there was not social media around when I was like in junior high and high school because let's not talk about those mistakes.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So I feel like Facebook was a thing when I was like 14, but it was like just becoming a thing when I was like 13, 14. So luckily, like middle school, junior high, like didn't really have social media, which is like, thank God. Because I have a younger sister and it's like crazy. She's in high school and like the drama that she like experiences is like crazy to me. Like she'll be like, and then like Andrea Snapchatted Jackie like this thing, and she was like, that's like kind of petty. And so she screenshotted, and then she saw that she screenshotted it. So then they were like mad at each other, and I'm just like, oh my God. It's like a whole nother level. So yeah, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, I've heard some 13-year-old like Snapchat drama and I'm like, no way. No way could
Absolutely
I have
not.
handled this. Like no
Yeah.
wonder. Like these poor children.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no. So and so snapped me, but like I didn't snap her back right away and then she got mad. I'm like, oh.
Oh, we broke our streak. We broke the streak. So now, like, they're mad at me. I'm like, what? You send each other blurry pictures. Maybe that's not a thing. I hope that's not a thing anymore. But that was a thing. And I was like, no.
Like just to keep up the streak. And I'm
Yeah,
like, nope, that is lost on me. I'm old. It's
absolutely not.
fine. So, kind of winding down for the evening, how do you take your pancakes?
Yeah, so I feel like I already
Yeah,
kind
you
of
guys already
hit it
kind of
on this
touched on it.
one. But yeah, I like fruit on my pancakes, like either like in the pancake or like on top with like whipped cream. Um, and maybe like a fruit like sauce. You know, the like strawberry like jam, but it's like a little bit like more liquidy than jam. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
syrup, I guess.
Like strawberry syrup. Like,
Yeah.
because I know that you said that you groove heavy with like the blueberries. Like, so do you
Hmm.
do like blueberries in the pancake and then like a blueberry sauce and like blueberries on top and it's just like
I
over?
kind of, well, I also like strawberries on pancakes a lot. So, yeah, like strawberries, raspberries. I'll like if I have like frozen fruit, I'll like put that in the pancake and like cook it in the pancake. Because yeah, they're like really juicy that way. So I do like that. I actually I really love protein pancakes. like Kodiak cakes. So I'll do like Kodiak cakes with like frozen fruit, and it's so good. And then yeah, like whipped cream or syrup on top.
And final question that we ask everybody: Oreos. Are you a single stuffed person or a double stuffed person?
Is it cheating if I say a McFlurry, like an Oreo McFlurry? Because I honestly like don't really eat Oreos just as cookies, but I really like Oreo ice cream or like yeah, I like a McFlurry.
Do you like so when you get a McFlurry and it's like do you like it better when they like blend it in or do you like it like sometimes they just put it on top
I like it blended
like
in.
cheating?
Yeah, like the Dairy Queen ones where they like blend it and then they put
Yeah.
some on top too, but I like it like blended in. Yeah.
Like because I've gotten like McFlurries before where it was like I don't know if they're just like being lazy that day or what, but like it was just like Oreo pieces on top, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah. No,
not quite.
I guess I'd like more. I guess it's been a while since I've had a McFlurry, but like the Dairy Queen Oreo shakes, I like good. Yeah, the blizzards or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I mean Dairy Queen is like big here, so
It's what?
it's like big here.
Oh yeah, it's not in like New England. Like I feel like I have to like look for them. Yeah, but I mean I'm from Ohio and yeah, there's Dairy Queens all over the place. So you have Waffle House in Nebraska, right?
No,
No.
we do not have Waffle House. My nearest Waffle House is like 3 hours south in Kansas City.
Wow. Okay, so it's like the same as me. That was like a big like shock for me moving from Ohio here. I was like, there's no Waffle House. I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah, it's like when I travel to places with the Waffle House, like I make a point to go, even though I have to have a waffle, which is clearly not my breakfast of choice. But like Waffle House waffles are okay because they have like this like the shallow holes. Like I
Hmm.
don't like the waffles with like the big holes, like the
Yeah,
Belgian waffles,
I don't
because
either.
that's
Yeah.
like way too much like weird texture for me. It's
Yeah,
like
it's also like so thick. It's like,
yeah, and it's
yeah.
like the syrup like doesn't like it just kind of like sits on top. And it's I don't like that. It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely like pancakes over waffles. Yeah. I feel like the Waffle House like go-to is the hash browns.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
best.
Hash browns,
Yeah.
absolutely the way to go. They should call it hash brown house for all I care.
Right? Because that's what people really go for.
Right?
That and the experience. It's always a good time.
Depending on the time of day.
Yeah, that's true. Different vibes at different times, for sure. Always like a
That's
little element of danger though, which I think makes it fun.
gives you that little adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you have going on that you want to talk about? Anything you want to plug? Your social media handles? Oh, that would be fantastic. I hear we have chat questions.
Yes, here is the voice in the sky. This is coming to you live on the stack. Thanks, Becca, for taking a few questions from the chat. So CS underscore Tim Boston wants to know, what's the farthest you've ran off an Irish whip?
The farthest I've, huh?
Seems to be a story there, I feel.
I have no idea. Maybe, God, I can't think of like, is there something? I mean, I feel like I've been whipped really hard, like into like the buckle, but I don't know if it was like far. But I was like, dang, my arm. Yeah, I guess maybe like just like logistically speaking, from the outside of the ring, I think I was whipped one time from like near the guardrails into like the far post. Yeah, because that was probably slightly longer than the length of the ring.
You had talked about some of your beverages of choice on the road. What is your favorite beverage? Maybe your favorite flavor of protein drink, maybe, because you said you liked your protein drink.
Yeah, the strawberry Fairlife is really good. Like it's honestly like drinking a strawberry milkshake, so I would highly recommend. You kind of have to like scout for them because like not every store has the strawberry ones. Like usually they just have vanilla and chocolate, but strawberry is definitely the best. I also really like Bang energy drinks. I really like the rosé flavor. It's like my go-to right now.
How about your favorite wrestling gear that someone else wears?
Ooh. Um, wow. I'll say on the indies, because I guess it's more fun. But I really love Ava Everett's new gear that I think you'll see on the road and Double Fission. Um, yeah, she just looks incredible. Like it's so awesome. So look out for that.
Check out Double Vision. Got it.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to check out Double Vision anyway. That show looks stacked.
Most definitely. All right, Ref Clark Feldman coming in hot with favorite non-Garfield character.
Oh my god, Nermal, of course. The cutest cat, the cutest kitten. Love Nermal. I mean, I know like Garfield doesn't like Nermal, but I think like secretly he does. So, yeah.
I think that's fitting. That's a fitting answer. All right. A couple of times, and Captain Chuckles comes into the chat late and hits us with, how many scrunchies do you actually have?
I like literally couldn't tell you because I own so many. I have like a drawer full and like a bag. Um, I have like kind of a basket where I keep kind of like my favorite ones, like the ones I was kind of like talking about earlier. And then the ones I throw in my bag are more just like, you know, what am I gonna like add for a little bit of like flair, like on my wrist or my gear or whatever. So those aren't necessarily ones that I like wear every day. Um, I have a lot and I keep getting more. Like it's a problem. Like I can't go to like Target without checking out the scrunchies that they have there. And it's like to the point where I like go and I'm like, "Oh, I already own all of these. Oops." So it's like that. And then I also like a lot of my like social media has a lot of like scrunchy like Instagram accounts or whatever like pop up on my like feed. So I end up buying a lot online too. And I just bought like a box of like 120, which is bad because that's a lot. That's a lot of scrunchies. But they're really cute. They're like all tie-dye, so really excited for that. Yeah.
You made a reference to the Road Warriors, I believe, at some point. Or I'm sorry, the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Doom. You made a reference to. There we go.
Yeah.
I want to understand. Do you know who the Legion of Doom is?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
it's a place and it's, you know, the people. I understand.
Okay, the chat was torn on that, whether it was the Wrestling Legion of Doom or another Legion of Doom, or there's a lot of conversation going on there.
Yeah.
Vic Sage, how many scrunchies do you wear at one time daily?
Yeah, I would say like 2 or 3 at least. I'll have like 1 in my hair or like 2 on my wrist at a time. Yeah, if I don't, I have some in my bag. But that's pretty rare. Yeah. Always have a backup. Or like if a friend needs one. So always need one just in case, you know. Or if you meet someone who's like, "Oh, what's the scrunchie squad?" Then it's like, you know, it's always good to be prepared.
Val, that's it from the chat, I think. Becca, thanks for taking an extra few minutes and answering the chat.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for the questions. I wish I could see the chat, but thanks for listening.
If you want, you can, when we're done, like rewatch. I mean, you can rewatch it with chat.
Okay, I want to see all the Legion of Doom comments. I like said that and didn't even like I do know like Legion of Doom, but I like said that and just didn't even think of that. So that's really funny.
Can we get a what a rush? Is that possible that we get an imitation what a rush?
What?
Like oh, what a rush.
It sounds like you did it, Chris.
I did. Okay, back to mute.
Yeah. Great.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, Becca, you can go right on ahead.
Maybe I'll practice and I'll come back with that.
Yeah. Send if you practice and like just send me a video, like we can put it up on like the YouTube.
Oh, I love that. I really love that. I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll TikTok it. Who knows?
Do it. TikTok it.
Yeah.
So you're on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and it's ScrunchyFan97.
Yes.
Fantastic. I have TikTok. I literally never use it, but I will, like, if you tell me you post a TikTok of you doing a Legion of Doom impression, I will log into my TikTok, and I don't know what if it's liking or however you do that with the video, but I will do that for you.
Okay, I gotta do it now.
Because I'm going to log into TikTok for you.
Gotta do it just for Val Pancakes. I'll do it.
So thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see your matches this weekend and moving forward.
Thank you so much for having me on. This is really fun. It's great to see your face.
I'm so glad I got to speak with you because, you know, based on where I'm at and where you're at, I don't know that our paths will ever cross.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that we got to talk tonight. It was a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Becca. And thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to catch her tomorrow on Double Vision from Limitless and Saturday, March 20th with Camp Leapfrog. And I believe is it Camp Leapfrog on like the IWTV Facebook?
I actually don't know.
Well,
I think it is live, so I think it is on the streaming on the Facebook.
I think that's streaming on Facebook, and you can watch Double Vision tomorrow night on IWTV. If you don't have IWTV, you should get IWTV because I literally watch it like probably at least 4 times a week. And you can use code Limitless for a 5 free-day trial.
It's the best. There's so much. Definitely subscribe.
So much. So once again, thank you so much, Becca, and thank you everybody for watching tonight. You have a good evening.